10:30. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Is that guy even around anymore? Does he even do anything? It is Wednesday, my dudes. Nah, it's fucking Monday, actually. Alright, where the fuck we leave off in this game? Speak to the Greybeards. Miscellaneous. Go ahead and speak to Skilgear or whatever the fuck his name is. Skjorgir or whatever the hell. Oh yeah, that's right. Still have this lady as my companion. Forgot about that. Ew, what the fuck? Yo, bro. Hag, get out of my fucking way. God. Holy shit. Alright, someone's gonna die. Move. Please. Thank you. God. What, the Fallout show?
There you are.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen.
You're playing a Bethesda? I did.
We're playing a Bethesda game. It's not Fallout, but, I mean, I'm not... I'll get into it in a minute once Skilgear or whatever the fuck his name is stops talking.
He seemed a fool to me.
Welcome to Whiterun.
This is a simple errand, but the time is right for it to be your trial. Carry yourself with honor. You'll become a true companion. Farkas will be your shield sibling on this venture. Well, he'll answer any questions you have.
Okay, cool. Where is he at?
Or to get him killed.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna get him killed. He can handle himself. Wherever he is, actually.
You still need to prove yourself, Will.
Where's Farkas? So yeah, Mike's like, yo, you're gonna talk about the Fallout show. So, as of recording this, all 8 episodes are on Amazon Prime. Last year they just released all 8, like one and done, like they just released all 8 episodes at once, so you could binge watch it. Now Amazon and all these other streaming services, Paramount Plus, I think Netflix too, right? Disney Plus, all these streaming services are now doing this bullshit where they're trying to make it like cable TV, so they'll have more ads now. And they'll have like more commercials, and they'll have and it's all mandatory too, like you're paying for all this shit. So they'll charge you extra, you won't even know it, and then you'll automatically have ads and all this other bullshit. And then they're doing this formula now where they release an episode a week now, where it's like TV, where it's like every yeah, they think it's like HBO. They think it's like HBO, where they're like, tune in next week to find out what happens in the episode and shit. So they're going back to that formula of TV. Just because it's streaming and streaming services and everything like that, doesn't mean it's changed. They're going back to old ways. There's things that they're doing from old times and shit that's already been done with regular shit. What's he doing just chilling here?
I hope you've read it yourself. So I'm told. Let's see if you impress.
Alright.
I'm heading home if you need.
Let's go.
All right then.
Let's go. I heard they were forming the Dawn God. But, yeah, they act like they're, like, doing anything different. They're really not. They're not changing anything. They're doing the same shit with, like, streaming services that they do with cable TV. It's the same crap. They're gonna give you commercials, even if you're paying extra. Even if you pay for no ads, they still give you ads. So, I don't know what the fuck, like... I don't know who the hell they're lying to and shit, but, yeah, that's, like, the whole main thing now is, like, they're just going back to the old ways, and they're trying to incorporate that. They're sucking your money dry, but they'll continue to do all these things and make all these these little, they'll act like, oh, they're not gonna notice if we incorporate like more ads, or or if we charge them like $1 extra, like they're not gonna notice. People notice. And then now they're doing the bullshit, oh, we're gonna release an episode a week. So the Fallout episodes of season 2, what's going on over here? But the episodes of season 2 were not released all at once. They were released episodically. So the episode started back in, like, I want to say around Christmas time, around like December or some shit. And I hadn't gotten around to watching it because I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna watch an episode every week. That's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of I don't have enough high enough lockpick for that. But I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's kind of pointless to watch one episode a week. I'm just gonna wait for all 8 episodes to come out, and then I'm just gonna binge the whole fucking thing. Because unlike most people, look, I know a lot of people hate this show. I know a lot of hardcore Fallout fans, like, I'm talking die-hard Fallout fans. I'm talking like the OGs. A lot of people do not like this show. And look, I can understand why. There's some shit in it that where I'm like, oh, that, yeah, okay, I could see why that kind of convolutes the the lore and stuff like that, and that kind of fucks with the whole already established canon timeline and shit. It's kind of like everything else. It's kind of like, like me being a Star Wars fan and me being a fan of other stuff and things like that. I get it. I get where these Fallout fans are coming from, because I am also a Fallout fan. Predominantly, look, here's the thing. When it comes to the Bethesda games, the reason why I'm playing this game is, I mean, I have it downloaded, but also, like, there's a reason why. Is because, like, this is probably Bethesda's last great game, because a lot of people are like, yo, Fallout 4, Fallout 4, Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is dog shit. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that out there. I'm just gonna tell you that. It's not a Fallout game. It has nothing to do with Fallout. It's just a fucking shooter. It's basically a first-person, third-person shooter in the Fallout universe. It's not even, I wouldn't even consider it canon. I don't even think, like, honestly, I really don't even think it's a Fallout game, to be honest, because... And that's not saying that Bethesda didn't do good things with the Fallout IP in the beginning. They did. When they originally obtained the IP back in like 2008 or some shit. Back when they were doing Fallout 3 and things like that. They did do good stuff with it. Like, they did actually, like... They did do good things with it. And it was... The games were good. It was actually decent at one point. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what their whole ordeal is. But, the thing with that is that when they obtained it, they made Fallout 3. And then they had Obsidian make New Vegas. Because they licensed out the IP to other studios to work on it and stuff and make other games. They don't do that much anymore. They haven't been doing that lately. Bethesda's just like, nah, we're going to get to Fallout 5 whenever we get to it, because we are doing 76. We're doing Starfield. We're focusing on all these things. Elder Scrolls 6 and, all these games that, like... have been releasing like shit. They've been releasing like dog shit, like crap. And people are like, yo, like, what are we doing here? Like, what, just license the IP out at this point? Like, a lot of Fallout fans are like, just give the IP to somebody else. Give the rights to a different studio to work on, like Obsidian again or some shit. Because Obsidian has worked on Outer Worlds and stuff like that. They've been working on, and that's basically like Fallout in space. Like Outer Worlds does a better job at being Fallout in space than Starfield does. So, but I look at games like Fallout 4 and I look at games like Starfield, and you can tell me, Nick, next gen, next gen, next gen, Nick, this is next gen shit. These are next gen graphics. Nick, Fallout 4 is a PS4 game. It looks beautiful. No, it doesn't. It looks like garbage. Looks like absolute dog shit. It looks like it's half cooked. It looks like it's not. It still looks like it's in like beta development. Like it looks like one of those games that like the graphics were not finished. Like it looks like a game that wasn't even finished. It looks like it's still in the prototype stages. And it's a fucking finished game. It was a released game. And I'm watching videos of it, of these people playing it and shit, and I'm like, I never realized how bad Fallout 4 actually looked compared to the original PS3 and Xbox 360 ones, which was Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I never realized how bad like Fallout 4 looked compared to last gen console games. Like we're talking games that were like, you know, people are like PS2 graphics. Oh, this looks like a PS3 graphic. This looks like PS3 graphics. That shit when you get these like supposed hardcore gamers and they go, this looks like a PS3 game. This looks like PS3 graphics. Actually, PS3, Xbox 360 graphics are better than PS4 and Xbox One graphics, to be honest. Like, I look at like those type of games and I'm like, I don't know, they kind of hold up compared to fucking, because Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas look a lot better than Fallout 4. And I don't know if that's the tone they were going for with those games, and they're like completely different. I have no idea. All I know is that the I gotta pull this lever right. Yeah. All I know, and same thing with this game. This game, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls V. This is a PS3 game. Originally, this was a PS3, Xbox 360 game, and then they, you know, remastered it or whatever. They updated it a little bit and gave it a little bit of an overhaul for the next gen shit. But this was original. That's why this game looks the way it looks. That's why it still looks kind of decent, is because this is actually a PS3, Xbox 360 game, just like Oblivion. Same thing. That game looks amazing. It looks great. Even if you didn't play the remaster, it's the original is still a great game. Still looks great. Still looks good. You know, people would say, "Oh, that's questionable. I don't know. Your take on graphics, Nick. Your take on graphics is absolute dog shit." No, it's actually, look. Believe what you want to believe. Call yourself a hardcore gamer or don't. I don't fucking care, to be honest. All I know is that when I look at Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion, Skyrim on the PS3 and 360, they look 10 times better, a million times better than Fallout 4 does on PS4.
I hope I didn't scare you.
This game was released before Fallout 4. What the fuck happened? What did Bethesda do? What engine were they screwing around with to the point where they were like, we're just gonna make Fallout 4 just a shooter-based game where like you don't even have quests like this. You can't even talk to people like this. You can't even, there's like no quest lines. There's like no variety of different quests. It's, Fallout 4 is literally a shooter where you're like, either go kill this person or go get this item for me. Go fetch this item for me or go kill this person. That's it. All the quests are the same. It's all the same. Go kill this super mutant. Go kill this army of ghouls. Go kill the, go kill these vault experiments. Go get this thing from the vault from me. Go get this. Go get that. And it's all a shooter. It plays like a shooter. Like when you see the run mechanics in Fallout 4, you can run in Fallout 4. You couldn't do that in New Vegas and in Fallout 3. There was no running. Your character just moved. You know what I mean? And the VATS in Fallout 4 are different too. Even 76, like Fallout 76, yeah, it released like shit, and they've been fixing it and everything like that, and changing it and doing all these different things to make it better. And I would even go as far as to say 76 is better now than Fallout 4. Because there's a wide variety of different quests throughout the open world. You can do you know, either you can play the game solo by yourself. The only thing I don't like about 76, you gotta pay to get into a world. You have to pay to actually play the game. That's the problem that I have.
That's why they're not playing it.
You have to, well, what I'm saying is you have to pay for online. If you're playing it on console, you have to pay for online. And look, that's not a Bethesda thing. That's actually a fucking console thing. That's the shit that Sony and Microsoft have been pulling for the last decade and a half, where they just think now all of a sudden let's just charge for fucking online, when online games have always been free for some reason. But, you know, now they want to capitalize on that bullshit. But, I would want to upgrade here. I want to kind of do this. But, I mean, that's the whole thing, is like these studios like Sony and Microsoft and all this shit, they want to fucking, now they want to go, hey, let's charge for this. It's like, really? Seriously? It's like, this has been free for years. It hasn't been broken. Why are we breaking it? It's like, if it ain't broke, don't don't fix it. Don't fix it. But that's not their logic. Their whole logic is like, nah, we're gonna do whatever we want. Pretty much, we're gonna just, you know, charge you for online and shit. Whereas, like, if you were playing 76 on PC, you could probably just play it for free. You don't have to worry about shit like that. So, but 76, like, it's a better game now because it's got quests, it's got, you know, it's dialogue, it's got all these variety of different things you can do, events, updates, you know, stuff like that. But still, Bethesda's their new engine that they're working with here, where it's like half cooked, where it looks, like I said, where you got like a engine like Fallout 4, where it just looks like literally just like a first person shooter. Doesn't even look like a Fallout game, like, compared to the original games and stuff, compared to like the ones on PS3 and 360, which is 3 in New Vegas. Looks nothing like it. And then, you know, that was the thing too, is that originally Fallout was one of those turn-based click what do you want to call it? I would say it's a click tabletop. We can call it tabletop, but click turn-based RPG on the PC with Fallout 1 and 2. Where it's like Oblivion, and not Oblivion, I'm sorry, it's like Diablo, it's like, you know, games like that, where it's click-based, turn-based RPG, where you go to different areas and stuff like that. So, and it's like click-based combat, where it's overhead view. But, you know, those games looked fucking good for the time, because they were on PC and everything like that, and they were built for that time period. Like, those games were ahead of their time. So, but it's crazy that even those games, like Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, all the fucking old games look better than Fallout 4. Like, and then you got like, but Fallout 4, people are like, yo, it's fucking, bro, that's next gen graphics. That's next gen graphics. That's next gen. If that's next gen, I want to go back to what the old shit was, because how come the old games look like 10 times better than what the new shit looks like? And even like Starfield, same shit. Like, it looks exactly the same. Like, it's like, what the fuck we doing here? Like, what's the deal? Like, why are these newer games looking like crap? Why? What's the big idea here? Huh? How do you go from Skyrim releasing on the 3 and the 360 looking like this? Well, obviously this is a higher res version, an updated version. But how do you go from making a game like this that looks great and stuff like that, and then the next Literally the next game they release, which is Fallout 4, looks like total dog shit, where the engine looks like shit. What engine was it running on? Unreal Engine 4? Might have been Unreal Engine 4. Where, like, the engine, it's just, like, complete ass. Where it's, like, graphics were good at a certain point, and then, like I said, I've talked about this many times, too, is that the graphics peaked, guys. Like, back in the PS3, 360. When the PS2 era ended, PS2, GameCube, which is, to me, that was the era I grew up in with the PS2 and the GameCube and stuff like that with those games. But the graphics peaked when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 came out. That's when graphics peaked. That's when graphics got to a point where we're like, alright, we're in the end game now, because there's not much more you can do with graphics in terms of... Because, like, when the PS4 came out, there wasn't much that I was like, I wasn't like, oh, this looks great. Like, I was like, this don't look that much different. You know? When we went from PS2 Batman Begins to Batman Arkham City, I'm like, what the you know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit. This is huge. But going from Arkham City to Arkham Knight wasn't that much of a difference. It wasn't that different. So... And like I said, when you look at Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas compared to Fallout 4, you're like, what the fuck? Like, who in their right mind thought that this should be released? Who thought that this was a good game? Who thought that this was, like, fully cooked? Because it don't look like that. It looks half cooked. Looks like shit. Looks like ass. So... I don't know. I never really cared for Fallout 4. And I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, But here's the thing. Fallout 4 is one of those games that original Fallout fans do not like. So the OG fans of the fandom are gonna agree with me on this, that Fallout 4 is a dog shit game. And they're gonna go, yeah, you're right, Nick. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah, Fallout 4 sucks ass. If you're like a hardcore Fallout fan, chances are you agree with me. But if you're one of those people who came into the Fallout fandom because of Fallout 4, because you played Fallout 4, and that was like the first one you played, and then you're like, yeah, I played the originals, but you never did. You never even touched them. You never even touched the fucking PS3 or 360 ones. See, I had a friend who exposed me to those ones first. He exposed me to the PS3 and 360 ones. He's like, yo, you gotta play these first. I don't even know if you want to play Fallout 4. I wouldn't even touch it. And he's a diehard fan of the series as well, and he got me onto this shit. He got me onto like the whole Bethesda rabbit hole, and I've been going into like the older Bethesda games and like actually realizing like the older ones were peak. Like the newer shit that's coming out now is complete dog shit. That's why I have no faith in like Elder Scrolls 6, because it's probably gonna get ruined. It's probably gonna be complete dog shit. Like, it's not even gonna be that great. Because if it releases like Starfield or it looks like Fallout 4, it's like, who the fuck cares at this point? Like, it's gonna be shit nonetheless. Same thing with Fallout 5. Like, who cares if it's connected to the show? If it looks like shit, we got a problem. You know, if it looks anything like Starfield, we got a problem. Whereas you've got studios like Obsidian, who worked on New Vegas, who worked on games like Knights of the Old Republic, and they're working on games that are pretty much Fallout ripoffs in space. They're working on a Starfield. It's called The Outer Worlds. You know, they've worked on shit like that. I'm pretty sure they have a second one that just came out. I don't think it did as good as the first, but...
Did you get a text?
No. I didn't get no text. But, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It is what it is, but that's... I hate to say it, but that's... The reality of it is that the reason why those original games were good was because Bethesda was like... Damn! Get that bitch, Farkas. Holy shit. Bro just came in like Conan and just whooped that ass. But the only reason why the original Bethesda games were good was because they were licensing out the IP to other people. They were like going like, here, Obsidian, you work on New Vegas for like 18 months. And you know, we're gonna work on Fallout 4. Is it gonna be good? Probably not. And it wasn't. But there you go. But while they were working on while they were working on while Obsidian was working on New Vegas, that's I think when Bethesda was working on Skyrim, right? Was Bethesda working on Skyrim when Obsidian was making New Vegas? When did Skyrim come out?
2011.
Yeah, that's right around the same. Yeah, okay, so yeah, because New Vegas came out in 2010. So Bethesda was working on Fallout 3 in 2008, and then that came out in 2000. Well, no, they were working on it before that, and then it came out in 2008, I believe. It's crazy to think that that game came out in 2008, just like MGS4. These games are like fucking, they're like, to me they're not that old, but they're fucking old as shit already. But like, Bethesda released Fallout 3 in 2008, and then they licensed out the IP to Obsidian to work on New Vegas for like 18 months. And then they were like, you do that, we're gonna work on Skyrim. Because Skyrim, like Mike said, came out in 2011. So while Obsidian was working on New Vegas, that's why Bethesda was working on Skyrim. So that's why Skyrim kind of looks better than Fallout 4. But I don't know what the fuck happened after Skyrim, because Fallout 4 just looks like shit. Like, it just looks like crap. Like, it's like Bethesda was like, that's the problem that Bethesda has now, is they're not licensing out. They want to work on all these properties by themselves, and they're releasing these half-cooked games. They got all these games that they're working on and shit. And people are like, yo, just fucking have somebody else work on it. Like, give it to a different studio to do something with it. Because, like, you guys are going to just release something that's half-cooked. And a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people want something different. They want, you know, they want something, you know, better. So. But, yeah, a lot of people don't like the show. And the reason to that is because it fucks with canon. It fucks with a lot of things. It's basically Todd Howard shitting all over New Vegas. And I could go into it like you wouldn't believe. But the thing about it is that I like this about it, is that it feels like a Fallout show. The problem is they take the Fallout lore and they completely shit all over it. That's the problem. Is that this show has potential. But the problem is that we're working with a show with writers that have not probably played the games. They have not paid attention to the lore. They have not... There's a lot of hardcore, diehard fans out there that are like, yo, this is not... This completely ignores the entire established lore. I mean, this just shits all over it. So, doesn't matter if, yeah, that's New Vegas. They put Novak. All these different things, like the dinosaur in Novak is facing the complete opposite direction. Like the fucking... A lot of the things, like little minute things that fans are like, yo, really, you get this wrong? Like real shit that like you can really like fuck up if you don't do your research, if you don't actually study. And that's the same shit with like that's how I feel with Disney and with Star Wars. Really? You've got an established lore already. With the shit with Ki-Adi-Mundi and Darth Plagueis, where they show up in a show 100-something years before they're even born. It's like you have an established lore. There's a whole fucking Wikipedia. Pay attention to that shit. No, let's just go on Wikipedia and update it and say, no, this is the new canon now. This is the problem with the show, is that, you know, it's the same thing with the Fallout universe. It's like you've got an established lore. You've got an established universe with games and a timeline and all this stuff. All these events that happen that people actually pay attention to. all these in-game quest lines and items in the game that you can pick up, letters you can read, books you can read, you know, quests you get, items you unlock, terminals you hack, things like that. There's these Easter eggs and shit like that, and these little minute, like, details that, like, expand the lore. They expand the world building. They expand the background of the universe. And it's like, if you're not paying attention to that shit, then you're kind of fucked, because that basically, because like a lot of the shit in the show, like, people are like, yeah, it's great, like, cool, the costumes look cool, that's great, yeah, it looks like a Fallout show, like, the armor looks good, but like, a lot of this shit is like not following the canon. Like, it's not following the existing lore. They're not paying attention to shit. Like, they're like, yo, the battle armor, like, what is it, the T-45? The Brotherhood of Steel armor, they're like, yo, there shouldn't be a voice modulator. Like, there should be no voice modulator. Like, because there isn't in the games. So if you've ever played the games, like, they talk through, like, a mic, there's like a, there's no voice modulator when they have the armor on, when they have the helmet on. It's just like a, like, it's kind of like stormtroopers. Like when stormtroopers go, T-14, like, something like that. That's kind of what the fucking guys wearing the armor in the Fallout games are like. Like, when they're wearing armor, it's not, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what they sound like. We're the Brotherhood of Steel. Like, they don't sound like that. They just have like a, welcome to the Brotherhood. Like, shit like that. Like, it's their actual voice. Like, they're on a comm link, not fucking, this is the Brotherhood of Steel. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, when you fuck up shit like that, people are like, really? You're not even paying attention to the fucking lore. It's like, yeah, it's cool, like, the creatures, like, there was a rad scorpion in this season, like a giant one. They had a giant rad scorpion, and I'm like, yeah, it looks like a rad scorpion. But, like, the show is not following the fucking, they're not following the timeline, they're just shitting all over it. Like, there's cool stuff in it. You'll look at it and go, yo, that thing. Just like the fucking Marvel movies. Yo, that guy. But, like, his backstory is completely different than it is in the comics. Or like Star Wars, where you go, yo, Luke Skywalker, but, yeah, there's no Thrawn, yeah, yo, Thrawn, yeah, but he's not, yeah, the guy from the books, yeah, that's, right, sorry. Yo, it's Darth Vader! That's great, but what is this serving the story? Like, is it actually expanding upon, like, the existing lore, or are we just, you know, throwing cameos? Remember this thing? You know what that is, right? You've seen that before. Remember that giant rat? You've seen a giant rat. Oh, look, the fucking rad roaches.
Remember the Tauntaun?
Yeah, just like the new Mandalorian trailer with the Tauntauns carrying Mandalorian and Grogu. Hey, remember Tauntauns? It's like, yeah, and? Does it serve the story? Nah, we just fucking put them in there just to have them in there, you know what I mean? Yeah, but is the movie gonna expand upon the original 6? Nah, fuck that, nah. Same thing with Fallout. It's the same shit. It's just a bunch of fan service. It's got good, look, here's the thing. There's decent writing. There is a decent story to be told with this show. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's horrible. I'm not gonna tell you it's like the fucking worst thing on the planet. I've watched a lot worse. I'll tell you that. I fucking watched some of the most brain rot content. So if you're gonna sit here and tell me that the Fallout show is the worst, from a Fallout fan, if you're like a hardcore fan, yes, I can see you going, the Fallout lens, you got like the fucking X-ray goggles on, and you're like, yo, there are a lot of problems with this show, and I get it. I totally get it. I completely understand it. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's like the worst fucking written thing, it's the worst acted, it's the worst. Nah, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. but you know, it's. I think a lot of people have a problem with it from a standpoint of the existing lore, is that it kind of just fucking shits all over the existing lore, where like you got the Battle of Anchorage, like before the war, like the pre-war war, and Goggins' character is fighting in that war in the battle armor and shit, and you got a Deathclaw at the Battle of Anchorage. And people are like, yeah, how's that? You're fucking with existing lore already, but because they're starting to lean into like who the fuck really dropped the bombs, who really. They're getting in the territory of like, you know, who's responsible for this whole thing? Was it Mr. House? No. You come to find out like Mr. House had nothing to do with the dropping of the bombs. He was just trying to do the shit he was trying to do in New Vegas, which was expand humanity and like travel among the stars and like repopulize the planet and all this other shit. Colonize intergalactic space and do all these other things. Like House was trying to just conquer shit and excel the human race, kind of. Whereas like now they're getting into the Enclave. They're getting into, was Vault-Tec secretly the Enclave? Was the Enclave secretly behind it all? Was the president of the United States, who was a part of the Enclave, was he responsible for being behind the scenes of Vault-Tec and all this other shit? And so, or was the Enclave secretly the head player of all these mega corporations? Was the Enclave responsible for the creation of Robco, Meztec, and all these other, right? Meztec, that's what it's called? I fucking forget, but, was the Enclave responsible for all these mega corporations banding together to come up with an idea of drop the bombs, wipe out all of human race because we can capitalize off of it, we can make money off of it, you can, you know, shit like that. So they're really fucking with the, that's why a lot of hardcore Fallout fans have a problem with it, is it's getting into murky waters where it's screwing with the lore. Kind of like how, what's a good example for this? There's a really good example. Oh, kind of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus. That kind of fucks with existing lore and almost like contradicts and like convolutes and opens up a shithole of plot holes for A New Hope in the original trilogy. You got the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus, where it just opens up all these plot holes for A New Hope, where like, or the original trilogy, where you're like, that never was mentioned, that never happened. Or like when you have a character like Dave Filoni's Ahsoka that's survived after Return of the Jedi, but like never mentioned by Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original trilogy. He never once mentions Ahsoka. He never once says, Luke, did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? She's the finest piece of gel, baby. You know what I mean? He never mentioned that. He never said anything. That meme is like sitting with him and he's like, Luke, did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? And then he starts going off on that fucking, you know, your father used to bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never said anything about that. Never once did he say anything about that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the same shit. It's the same shit where people are like, yeah, this is great and all. You want to make content like this. That's fantastic. But, like, you know it fucks with the existing canon. It's fucking with the existing lore. And I see where the fans are coming from. I completely understand it. Like I said, with Star Wars. where you get the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and Obi-Wan never talks to Luke. His uncle even says in A New Hope, you stay away from that old man. He's a has-been and shit. And then in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, he's like, hey, Ben, you want to meet the kid? Like, that completely shits all over the existing lore. Or when you have Ki-Adi-Mundi who shows up 100 years before he's even fucking born, or you've got Plagueis, you know, a peeping Tom, when, you know, he's not even supposed to be alive yet, like he doesn't even exist yet. Again, he's not supposed to be born for like another fucking 20, 30, 40 years maybe. So, you know, I get where people are coming from, where they're like, look, when you have existing lore for something, you gotta really, really, really pay attention to it. Because if you don't, you're creating shithole tons of plot holes. You're creating holes, like a lot of them. So, you know, I get it. I understand why fans are like, yeah, it's kind of like dog shit. Like, it's cool. Like, the show looks cool. Like, the makeup, the costumes, the stuff like that. Like, the creatures look like the creatures. But, like, the problem is it fucks with the whole existing canon. Like, the whole timeline. It screws with the whole existing lore. So, unlike New Vegas, like, why is the Strip infested with death claws? You know, like, it makes no sense. Like, but like, the death claws don't just, like, the death claws in the games, they just fucking come out of nowhere and just murk your ass. But yet, in the show, they're behind this gate. They're in the Strip, locked behind the Strip gate, and yet they're not banging through the gate to get to Freeside and like eat all the people of Freeside. Like, that was another one you had where you had a whole bunch of people living in Freeside, walking around Freeside, but yet next to Freeside, which is the Strip, is infested with death claws. The death claws didn't try to get into Freeside to eat all the people and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make sense. So, but there was a whole bunch of things that it like did. I don't know. You gotta, if you're a huge hardcore Fallout fan, you gotta watch it. It explains the fate of New Vegas, but it also fucks with the existing lore. Where, like, in the game, Mr. House, you know, depending on what ending you pick, he's in the show. So, like, but if you pick the ending where you kill his ass with a golf club, that convolutes the show. Or if you pick the ending where the house always wins, still it convolutes the show. Because in the show, the computer that he's on says signal loss, like no signal. Almost like the courier from New Vegas, your character, showed up, took out the Securitrons, did a bunch of shit, fucked the place up, either did the Yes Man or the NCR ending. But yet, all the factions in the show are fucking, like, the NCR is pretty much wiped out. That's another thing, too, is, like, it fucks with, like, every ending for the games. Like, it puts you in a spot where, like, the Legion is split off into two factions, rivaling factions that are going at it with each other because Caesar's dead in the middle of the battlefield. There's, like, so many different things going on. Like, Caesar died. Caesar's dead. He's in the middle of the battlefield, like at the end of the games. But, like, they didn't explain if the Battle of Hoover Dam happened. They didn't explain if the courier, what side he picked, or he or she, whoever. They didn't like go in depth of, like, did the NCR win? Clearly not, because now they're like this group of, like, there's not many of them left. Like, they've been completely wiped out. So the NCR is pretty much non-existent. So, like, all these factions, the Great Khans, they're really, like, kind of just a joke. Like, they're completely different from what they were in the games. There's so many things that you're like, this is not working with the established lore. This is not, that these people aren't paying attention at all. Because, you've got all these things going on, and you've got all this shit that basically messes with existing canon. No matter which ending you pick in New Vegas, it still fucks with every single one of them. Like, it messes with all of them. There's no mention of Benny. There's no mention of Yes Man. There's no mention of what happened. You know, did Mr. House, was it the House Always Wins ending? Like, they don't explain any of it. Because it's just the ghoul goes to Mr. House's penthouse, or whatever, or the terminal where he's at, puts the cold fusion in the thing, and then Mr. House is back online. What about the platinum chip? What about that shit? Why is the computer offline in the show, but it's online in the game? They even said that the game takes place like 15 to 20 years before the show. Because they're like, it's been 15 to 20 years since Kaisar has been killed. So that means that the Fallout New Vegas game is like 15 to 20 years ago. Depending on what ending that person picked, like, what happened. Because the computer that Mr. House is in is like disabled and shit, but then when Goggins' character, the ghoul, puts the cold fusion in the reactor and shit, like, then he's back online. Like, it makes no sense. Just, it's kind of weird. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, really, to be honest.
Says that I have the strength of Ysgramor and my brother. We've gotten a letter about someone needing some muscle right here in Whiterun. I don't know what the fight is about, and that's not our business anyway.
It's hard to explain in, like, cover in depth. I'll just tell you this, it's like 7 out of 10. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys anymore. These shows, like, they look cool, and you looking at it from, like, a fan standpoint, and you're like, this looks cool. This looks like it could work. Like, it looks like it could work as a Fallout show. The problem is it screws with the existing lore. It messes with existing canon. It shits all over the existing games and shit like that, because clearly Todd Howard's not paying attention. He don't give a shit about Fallout. And really, to be honest, I don't think he ever did. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And that's not me. Look, I'm not going in depth. I'm not really, like, there's people out there that want certain people's head on a pike. There are people out there that are like, yo, fuck Bethesda, you know what I mean? There are people out there that hardcore fans of the series that are like, I am, anything Bethesda makes, I don't give a shit, because it ain't Fallout. So I'm trying to give the... I'm coming from a different standpoint. This is me coming from a less extreme standpoint now. Where, like, if you know this channel, if you know a lot of the shit, I get very expressive when it comes to things like Star Wars, when it comes to Marvel, DC, because those are the areas of expertise, or the areas of fandom that I'm well versed in. Like the Star Wars shit with the expanded universe, the original novels and everything like that, the original timeline with, like, all these events that happened and, like, these characters that were already established. And so when I see what Disney does with it, I'm like, yeah, I'll never be happy until Disney sells the rights. Until Disney loses the rights, nothing's gonna change. And there's Fallout fans like that when it comes to the Fallout shit with Bethesda and everything like that. They're like, until Bethesda outsources the IP to a different studio, You're gonna continue to get shitty games, and this show is gonna continue to shit all over the existing lore. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I understand where the fandom's coming from. I really do. I get what these fans are saying, these hardcore fans. They're like, I want to love it. But at the same time, it does a lot of things that piss me. Not piss me, but... It may not piss people off, but it does a lot of things that where they're like, this is why they should not be in the hands of this specific group of people. Just like Star Wars, to me, should not be in the hands of Dave Filoni and Disney and, you know, Lucasfilm. Shouldn't even be run by, you know, any of the people at Disney or Lucasfilm. Because those people are not the same people that worked at the original Lucasfilm that worked for George Lucas. That guy who worked on the existing lore, Doug Chang, he's no longer at Lucasfilm. So you've got Pablo Hidalgo still there, who a lot of people from the Star Wars universe, they don't like, you know, the Star Wars fandom, they don't like his ass. But then you got these shills and these fucking, you know.
You lost? May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Got business here in Riverwood, eh?
Where you going, bro? I've been sent here to murk your ass. Why you walking away?
We work hard. You can't scare me into submission. Let's go.
Sure about that?
Come on. Let's see what you're made of.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I understand where people are coming from. I get where the fans of Fallout are coming from. Hell, I'm one of them. And when I become a fan of something, I really do my homework. I really deep dive and, you know, like, get into it. I don't just, yeah, it's cool. No, I fucking get obsessed. So, where did this guy go? But I become obsessed, and then I start to do my homework, and then I start to actually pay attention and, you know, like, completely engulf myself into it. So, but I get where people are coming from. I understand it. The show looks cool, like, you know, the costume designing and it looks like something from Fallout. But the problem is that the story convolutes a lot of the games. The shit with Shady Sands, the nuking of Shady Sands, and, you know, all this different stuff. Like, it's. I get it. I understand it. Because, like I said, for me, it's the same shit. With Star Wars, is you've got these people who they're not paying attention to the original 6 films, and they're not paying attention to the existing established canon, and they're just creating this brain rot content where you're like, this is convoluting. This is totally shitting all over what's already established. There's a whole thing here. You're not paying attention. Like, there was a whole puzzle that was already solved, but that's like somebody building a puzzle, putting together a puzzle, and they're like, okay, it's put together, it's glued, we glued it, looks great, creates this awesome picture, and then somebody comes along and just fucking just rips it up. Just fucking just breaks it apart. Goes, okay.
Heard you had a bit of trouble in solitude.
But you think about it now, that's art, right? So, I get it, man. Like, I understand it. I get where people are coming from. I get why Fallout fans are pissed. Fuck, I'm pissed. Because I'm like, this show, by the end of this show, I watched this show and I'm like, okay, this is great, but like, the show looks great, but like, okay, cool, New Vegas is in it. Because I remember when I saw the end of last season, I'm like, holy shit, they're doing New Vegas. We're finally going to get the fate of New Vegas. Like, what happened to it after the game? And like, and then you find out, you're like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, you're like, still doesn't answer my questions. Like, you have now the Legion and the NCR are going to start another war. So the war between the NCR and the Legion that took place in the game ended 15 to 20 years ago. But yet, now we got a new one going on. Macaulay Culkin's the new Kaiser. And Kevin McAllister from Home Alone's the new Kaiser. And now you got a new war with the Legion and the NCR. And the Brotherhood of Steel's gonna build another Liberty Prime. And it just seems like they're doing the things from the games. Like, all the shit you saw in the games. And you're like... like I said, it seems like they're going... Hey, remember that thing? Oh. Yo, there's the thing. There's the thing. Look, he said the thing. Like in one of the episodes, they have one of these couriers going through the town. And he ends up in Shady Sands, and this is how Shady Sands gets nuked. This is the backstory of Maximus's parents and this and that. And the courier who's carrying the nuke is saying... Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. A line from the game that became like this meme and all this other shit that people are like, yeah, you know, right? Now it's a thing in the show where they're basically going, ooh, yo, look, he's saying the thing. He's saying the thing. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I'm just like watching this and I'm like, This is just the key jingling shit. It's the same shit that they do with Star Wars. The same shit they do with the MCU. The same shit they do with these DC. Let's just put this here for this. Is it serving the story? No. But it's a callback. It's Easter egg. It's a cheap gimmicks. Little magician. Hey, want to see me pull a rabbit out of a hat? That's what the type of shit it is. Want to see Obi-Wan say, hello there? Remember that shit he said in A New Hope where he takes the hood off and he goes, hello there? Come here, my little friend. What does he say in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus when he sees Luke? Hello there. Or when he fucking jumped down and revenges it, hello there. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Same shit. It's the same crap. Where like they're like, hey, remember this? Remember dog meat? Yeah, well, there's another dog meat. Fucking, it's not the same dog, but like they've cloned the same dog 50 million times, so there's like 50 million dog meats out there. Hey, remember this? Remember the Kings from New Vegas? Remember the fucking Kings? All the guys dressed like Elvis and shit? Yeah, well, now they're ghouls, and they all get killed off. The king gets killed off. It's like they're just taking shit from the games that people loved, and they're just like... just shitting all over it, just like the existing lore and shit. Yeah, you know... like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just doesn't make sense to me. You know, what happened to people like, what's her name? What happened to Boone? What happened to him? What happened to all the followers from the games? What happened to them? What happened to Rex? What happened? But I feel like if they incorporate those characters, then they'll go, ooh, 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 ooh. Yo, look who it is. He said the thing. Said the thing.
What thing?
It's just it is what it is. They're just fucking incorporating all this shit so they can have like, yeah, remember this from the games? Remember that? I didn't see Good Springs. There were a lot of locations that they showed in the background in the desert. Like the first episode, they go to Novak, but it doesn't really even look like Novak. Like Helios 1 is like in a complete different direction, like it's facing in the opposite direction. Like they didn't even pay attention to the map design from the game. Like they just put the fucking they put all the locations in like these random areas where you're like, what the fuck? Like you see what is it, Prim? The town of Prim, I saw that in the background with the roller coaster and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't even fit where it would be at. You know, there's like locations that they go, but no Good Springs. You know, stuff like that. Like, I'm like, doesn't make any sense. Like, this doesn't add up. Why are we in fight mode? So, I don't know. It was just like one of those type of deals where it was like, what are we doing here, man? Like, what's the...
Aware of the laws.
What's the point? You know what I mean? Like, what's the...
Ah, there you are.
What are we getting at here? Aside from like fan servicey shit that's like it's not even leaning into anything either. Like it's just, oh, we're gonna do fan service. Fan service for what? So you could just jingle some keys? I don't know. Rhoda. I don't know. Just seems a little weird. That's all.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in
Don't take this the wrong
Like
way.
they're just taking stuff from the original games and they're just like, yeah, remember that thing? Here it is. Okay, why is it in the show? I don't know. So anyways, we're gonna do this with we're gonna explain what happened with these games and we're gonna shit all over the existing canon. It's like, okay. Cool. I guess. And like the strip, they don't even go to Ultra Lux, they don't go to the tops. None of that. They don't go to any of that. They don't go to they don't visit any of the locations in Freeside. Like I said, the King's School, like it's still there. Like the King's School of Impersonation, like the Elvis School of Impersonation is there, but like the Kings, they're just like, they're all ghouls for some reason and they all get killed off. So like all those characters you loved from the games, they're dead. It's like, it makes no sense.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Where do you want to go?
Take me to Riften.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Yeah, sweet. Sweet.
If you've never been to Riften, be sure to visit the Blackfriar Meadery. You
Climb
mark
on
the
back.
dance and you'll forget all.
And we'll be up. Golamai, lad. Go do the Thieves Guild quest line. Well, see if I can start it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, but hold it before me to God. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm like, if they ever tried to make an Elder Scrolls series, it would just be a bunch of just random shit. It's like they wouldn't even, there's nothing for them to follow. They'd be like in Whiterun. And you'd be like, yo, where's fucking Aiel at? Dead. You know, shit like that. Like, it would just be shit like that. Where's Nazim at? Where's your boy Nazim? Dead. Or they would have him say that one line that he repeats himself saying all the time.
Hold there.
Whatever the fuck he
Before I let
says.
you into Riften, you'll need to pay the visitor's tax.
That shit he says, have you been to the Sky District? Or whatever. They would say that line or some stupid shit. Like whatever the NPC says.
Keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate.
Then unlock the fucking gate.
Gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
Oi, lad. So, I don't know. But it is what it is. I mean, it is what it... Like I said, I give it like a 7 out of 10. I don't even care anymore. Like, I mean, it was fun to watch. But by the end of it, I'm like, I still have questions. Like, what... Is Cooper Howard ever gonna find his fucking wife and kid? You know, is the ghoul ever... Or are we just gonna keep doing... Are we gonna keep dragging this shit out where he's like... I haven't found my family yet, but I'm gonna keep looking. Now we gotta go to Colorado. Now we're gonna get the Enclave involved. Now the Brotherhood of Steel's gonna rebuild Liberty Prime, and you know, and it's like, oh my god. But it's like, what are we telling a story here? Or are we just doing random shit?
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble.
And we just retreading on shit from the games where you go, hey, remember that thing? Here it is. Okay, but does it expand upon that thing from the game? Nah. Okay, so then why the fuck what are we doing here?
That's the wrong answer. Last thing the Blackbriars need around here is some troublemaker
So,
trying to steal
I don't know.
a piece of the action.
I always knew that a Fallout show was not going to be that easy to make. I knew, in terms of story, I knew that, and it played out exactly how I thought it would. The costume designing, the prop designing, and like creating the world was not the hard part. It was, how are you going to develop a story focused around games where there's main quests, side quests? It's an RPG. At least it used to be anyway, before Bethesda went and made Fallout 4, which is basically just a fucking first-person shooter.
Me, I'm Mark.
So, I
watch
don't
the
know.
streets for 'em.
They were originally RPGs
I'm your guy, but it'll cost you.
with quests and shit tons of lore and a universe and all kinds of different things.
Only way you could have found one of those is by stealing it. Guess you'll fit in around here better than I thought. So what do you want to know? You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch.
So, I don't know.
If you want to get in
But
on that action,
it is what it is.
Marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you.
It looks cool, looks like a fun show to watch, but like I said,
Get over here. I want to talk to you. What did you want? Do I look like a merchant to you? You're gonna have to take that up with Vex in the Thieves
So
Guild.
what's he look like?
Get in good with them and
Who?
you'll find her.
This dude.
Maul. He's got like some kind of short haircut.
Be seeing you around.
I'm really getting
Come on.
tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you came back on time for double the usual.
I'm about to go. Go. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. This town reminds me of the one from the Lord of the Rings. Reminds me of the Prancing Pony, the Bee and the Bard. It reminds me exactly like the fucking pub from the Lord of the Rings. The Prancing Pony.
Never done an honest day's
What do
work
you want?
for all that coin.
Oh, this is the dude where he's like, "Hey lad, what are you doing here?" This is Robert Downs, by the way.
Coin you carry.
This is literally the voice of Kazuhira Miller from Metal Gear Solid. The voice of Kaz, this is him.
I'm saying you
Snake, what the fuck are you talking about, boss?
honestly. I can tell.
Boy Robert Downs, the GOAT.
It's all about sizing
He plays the medic too.
the way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway.
CC Snake Gaming!
Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste.
Bro, seriously.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
Got you your choice of 2 pizzas, Parmesan
Two
bread bites,
pizzas.
and cinnamon bread bites. Wait.
And then, but I have to.
Hi, Robin.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
I'm going to
It's
call
the
it
GOAT.
distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver.
Robert Downs is the GOAT.
Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Open your eye, droid boss.
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. I'll be out in the market until 8 in the evening. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it. I'll be at the market come morning. You better be there too.
They didn't play any Dean Martin, by the way, in this season. That pissed me off. Ain't no kicking the heads and stuff like that. Ain't that a kick in the head? They didn't play any of that either. The music, other than Big Iron, they didn't play any of the music from the game. They didn't play, I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. They didn't play any of that shit.
Sure, I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even...
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. They just played Big Iron, pretty much. So,
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough.
they didn't play Heartache by the Number either. They didn't play that one. They didn't play any of the music from the game. So, but I feel like if had they done that, it probably would have been another one of those things where I would have just been like, oh, they're just fucking doing that. Oh, they're doing the thing. Like, it would have been that. It just would have been like, if they were doing all the music from the game, it would have been like, oh, they're doing the thing. They got the music. Look, remember that? Would have been that shit. I got spurs. Wait, what? Fuck.
I got spurs.
Oh, man. Alright, Bill Muir, or whatever the fuck, Bill North. Bill North. Little North.
What wasn't I clear about? Do you want me to hold your hand as well? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't his own. Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days.
So we're gonna set him up. Yeah, we'll see if this works.
I'll be at the market come morning. You better be there too.
Dude, it's like 2:02 in the fucking... What are you waiting for, bro? Heartache by the number. Yeah, man, I don't know. I just fucking... Is what it is. That's all the show really is. It's just it is what it is, alright? It's just meh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. It's not fucking... It's not great. It's not fantastic. But it's just meh. It's decent. 7 out of 10. I guess. Gulamai, lad. Hey, lad. I took your shit.
Okay, good. Wait until I start the distraction, then show me what you're made of.
Everyone, here for the gather round.
I have something amazing
Alright.
that demands your attention.
Time to do a Metal Gear Solid stealth mission. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Two slice. Two.
Bam 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 bam.
Metal Gear Solid will be the Jack Black.
I'm Jack Black, dude. Surprised they haven't put him in the Fallout show yet, to be honest. Just to give him an acting role so he can play himself.
I
am Steve. I am House.
Patience, Blanchet. This is a rare opportunity.
Alright, now I gotta place the ring on him. How do I do that? Where's the fucking ring at? Where's the ring at? Somewhere around here. Modessi's ring, here you go. We're gonna go ahead and...
Well, I see that my time is up. Come back tomorrow if you wish to buy.
What a waste of time.
What's up, guy? How you doing?
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends
Looks
too much
like I
time worrying
chose the
about
right
Rick
person for the job.
Yeah, you did, bro. I'm a fucking ninja.
Payment.
I'm a ninja.
The way things have been going around
いいよ、いいよ。私は台湾とその、例えば、それは、Disdain or time on the set,
just how it goes. But never mind that. Did the job well. Best of all, there's more.
No, but yeah, I can't really, I'm not gonna go in depth with the show. I mean, it was okay, like it was mid, you know what I'm saying? Like it was okay.
All right then. Let's put that to the test.
But,
The group
it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
home in the rack
So.
beneath Ripton. The tavern called the Ragged
It is what it is.
in one piece. And we'll see if you really got
I expected this season to kind of... I had a funny feeling they weren't really gonna explain much, because at the end of the first season I'm like, okay, cool, but this opens a whole can of worms of like... You're messing with like actual game lore now, and then it was like to the point where they were like... They're like, at the end of this season, I'm like, okay, cool, but now we're like, what are we doing? And that was the thing, too, is that this season had a lot of stories going on. It had, like, almost like the games were kind of like this, where you've got multiple side quests going on at once, and you're like, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on half the time. It's like, it's the shit with Lucy's brother I didn't care about that much. After he escaped the vault, he's hanging out with all these ex-employees from Vault Tech, and I'm like, what's the story of this? Like, what are we getting at here? Like, what's the deal? Like, can we get cut to the chase, please? And then you got like all the shit with Maximus and the Brotherhood. A lot of it could have just been cut out, because a lot of it was just shit where I'm like, what are we doing? What's the fucking point of a lot of these like side quests almost, where it's like, is there a story to be told, or are we just fucking around? So I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. A lot this season had too much shit going on, a lot of different stories and stuff, and shit where you're like, what are we doing? Like, is this, what's the point? Get to the point, get to the stories I care about, you know, so. Is what it is. But like I said, I had a feeling it was going to be like that. I knew going in that, like, oh, it's going to convolute things. It's going to change some shit. And then by the end of the show, I'm like, that's great. But, like, the fate of New Vegas still wasn't revealed. Like, is House still a thing? Is Mr. House still a thing? Is he going to rebuild the Strip? Is he going to get the Securitrons back? Or is there just going to be an all-out war on the Strip between the NCR and the Legion? Like, who? What's the deal? What's, like, New Vegas is still like a war zone now? Like, I don't get it. What are we doing here? Didn't really explain much. It kind of just left shit up in the air. Like, basically just like ended on a cliffhanger where, like, the ghoul's gonna go to Colorado now to go find his family. But, like, Lucy and Maximus are, like, they're at Mr. House's, penthouse and shit on the Strip, and they're like, there's gonna be an all-out war. It's like, okay, are you sticking around for that war, or are you dipping? Which one is it? So it was one of those type of deals where it's like, are you sticking around? What are we doing here? Like, is New Vegas going to be in the next season, and we're just going to continue the story? And you're going to get more of New Vegas in season 3, where the ghoul's in Colorado doing his thing, and then Lucy and Maximus are in New Vegas fighting a war and shit with the Legion and the NCR? What are we doing? You know, is it going to be one of those type of deals, or is it just going to be they're going to just dip, and then that's it in New Vegas? That's all we see in New Vegas. Like, they ended the shit with her father where, like, he gets his mind wiped. Like, he has his mind wiped. So they wrapped that shit up. But, like, a lot of people have a problem with the mind control devices too. In the they're like, this doesn't fit the world of Fallout. I mean, yeah, it kind of actually does. But I'm pretty sure they've done mind control in the past, but I don't know. It's one of those things where you're like, it's just watch it to watch it, I guess. It's cool to see the stuff from Fallout, but, like, a lot of it is like that key jingling fan service where you're like, is this even gonna fucking do anything, or is this just,
Well,
are we just, you know,
I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again.
looking at Easter eggs and shit, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize.
So, but
Now
yeah,
that
I'm
you've
like,
whetted your appetite with our little scheme of the market, about handling
Where I
any
stand with it, I give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's not a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10. I give it a passing score, but a lot of it fucks with the lore. A lot of it convolutes the lore. A lot of it.
the error of their ways.
There were a lot of problems people had with the last season where they're like, how did people get from here to here? You know, like, they're like, first we're in this area, then we end up in this area, almost like they fast traveled and shit. People had a problem with that last season, and I'm like, that wasn't really a big deal for me last season. This season, the problem I had was like all the different shit going on, the flashbacks. You had all these flashbacks with Goggins' character, which I liked, but then you had all these other fucking side quests, character stories going on with Lucy's brother, the Maximus shit with the fucking ghoul guy who thinks he's a ghoul, but he's probably going to be a centaur or whatever those things are. You know, shit like that where you're like, I don't know.
I'll be here when you're done.
So, is what it is.
I'm not here to hold your hand. Figure this one out for yourself.
Have anything for us yet? I'll be here.
Is what it is.
Done.
You'd better have coin to pay for your drink.
So I don't know.
No handouts here.
Where it's headed into Enclave territory. They're gonna start leaning into like the Enclave shit. The Brotherhood of Steel's got like a civil war going on, and the factions are split apart, kind of like they were in the fucking games. Like that's how it was in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Like you had a faction of the Brotherhood that was like pretty much underground in New Vegas. They were just living underground, hiding. So kind of the same shit. Like it's basically like a lot of the factions kind of left off the way they were in the games, and then a lot of the factions kind of just reset. Like Caesar's Legion and the NCR kind of just reset, where like now they're at war again. So I don't know. It's kind of all over the place, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. The lore at this point is all over the place, and like the story of like the different locations of like the East Coast, the West Coast, all the shit going on in the country and shit. And then now they're involving the Canadian shit, like Canada, the annexation of Canada and everything like that. Because one of the characters that was in the vault was from Canada. She was a Canadian refugee, and now she's in America in one of the vaults contacting the Enclave. So now they're connecting the Canadian stuff to the Enclave and all that other shit, and it's all over the place. Like they're going in, like I said, they had all these different stories going on, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm kind of confused, because like we're kind of getting answers to some shit, but then like other shit is just still like the way it was in the games. It's like, I don't fucking, like, it doesn't matter where it takes place, whether it's in California, West Coast, East Coast. It just seems like they're just fucking like they don't even know what they're doing. Like, they're all over the place. Like, they don't want to wrap up certain plot points. They don't want to explain things from certain games. They just want to go, hey, remember this thing? Key jingle, key jingle, key jingle. But it's like, are we going to get answers? No. It's one of those deals where it's like, I don't get it. And the things they do explain, like what happened to Shady Sands and everything like that, it's like completely different from what the backstory was in the games. Almost like they're not paying attention. So it's to the point where people are like, you're trying to come up with these backstories, but they've already been established for certain things. Like I said, there's lore that if you pay attention to it, it already exists.
take this little message back to your bosses.
You know, so I don't know.
I'm not paying any of you a single septim ever. Now get out of my inn.
Okay, bitch, get ready to get rocked.
I'm not paying a single coin. I said get out. I'm not paying a single coin.
My skill in battle.
But, you know, to the point where people are like, what do you know? What's gonna happen? Is this gonna get wrapped up? I have a feeling that a lot of it is just gonna be Bethesda going, this is what we think the story is, instead of what, like, following what is already established. And it's the same shit. Like I said, it's the same shit with Disney, with Star Wars, and there's already an established lore and an established universe. But we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna tell the story that we want to tell, and we're gonna explain what we think happened. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know what to do anymore. Like I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. No, I don't know what to do anymore at this point. I'm up, hands are up in the air at this point. Like I'm at a loss. You know what I mean?
Don't fool yourself. It's only a matter of time before you people are run out of rift. I'm going to make you sorry for this. Never should have come here.
Come on, he's not so
You done yet, Belle?
No more. I'll pay. Here.
But that's where I stand with it. Pretty much is I'm at a loss. You get some answers in the show. You watch the show, you get some answers, and then the other shit's just up in the air. Like you're like, okay, that answered some shit for me, but it didn't answer some other things I had, some other questions I had. So I'm at a loss at this point. Okay, well, you're gonna get your shit rocked.
Good as dead.
Stabbing me, bitch? Using a weapon? Tuh. Fuck you. It's cute. Still beating her ass, though. Why don't you fuck off, prick, you lizard cocksucker? Oh, I died. Damn.
Looking for work? I need some
Damn.
message to Sibi.
Oh, nah, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Not much more I can really talk about. Like I said, I'm not gonna do a deep dive and shit like that. I pretty much did. But there isn't really, you know. And then they had this whole plot where they were like doing like this interbreeding shit in the vault. Like they had like these vault people where they were like throwing this like woke ass interbreeding like cousin fucking party or some shit, like sympathy for cousin fucking or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are we wasting our time on shit like this? There was a lot of that in the show where I'm like, why are we wasting time on this crap? Show me shit I want to, like, actually show me the storylines and the quest lines that I care about, like Maximus and the Brotherhood, like the Ghoul and his family, not what's going on in the vaults. Once you leave the vault in the game, that's it. You don't hear about the fucking characters that get left in the vaults. That's it. They're done. Why are we going back to all these characters from the vaults and Lucy's brother Norm and all this who cares? Who cares? You need to cut those characters out. Kill them off. Do something. Get rid of them because they're fucking like, they're baggage. Like, they're all just, like, dead weight. And it's like, you've got too much shit going on. This has it has like, it has potential to be like a really good show, but like you've got all this crap that is just going on, all these different side quests and all these different little things and these characters where you're like, I don't care. You know, I don't care about the fucking Vault Dwellers. I don't care about the fuck... You know, we left the Vault in Season 1. That shit's a wrap. You know, I don't care about Stephanie. She's a Canadian, and oh, what does that mean? Oh, she's Canadian. Oh, why do the Americans hate Canadians? We know why. If you know about the existing lore, you already know why. But why do I need Stephanie's story? I don't give a shit. What do I need these interbreeding cousin fucking Vault Dweller stories for? I don't care. You know, I don't give a shit about that crap. You know, I don't... Why do I care what happens to Norm? He got out of the fucking vault. He got out of that place that he was trapped in. And now he's hanging out with all these Vault Dwellers, and then they all die. Because they all get attacked by the rad roaches and shit. So now Norm is, you know, by himself in the wasteland and all this shit, and he needs Lucy's help. Where I think that story's gonna go is they're gonna end up meeting. I think Lucy... And
I said get out. I'm not paying a single coin.
I think Lucy and Norm are gonna meet up, and they're gonna, and then she's gonna tell him, like, he's gonna say what happened to Dad, and she's gonna say he got his mind wiped and all this other shit. I wiped his mind because he was just an evil dude and he was doing evil shit to people because he was gonna try to put chips on everybody and mind control everybody. I don't know, that's where that story is probably going to go. So it's going to be Norm, Lucy, and Maximus working together, and then I don't know what the hell is going to happen from there, to be honest. Did I just kill her ass? I think I did. How about the car? I'm about to die. I need to get the fuck out of here. How about the car? But yeah, I don't know. It's just the story that I care about, and then on top of that, all those, you have all these like other side characters, scenes and stories going on, and then you have flashbacks with Walton Goggins' character. So you got flashbacks to the pre-war shit, pre-dropping of the bombs. You got all this shit going on, and then you got, you know, and then the ghoul still hasn't found his family, still hasn't found his wife and daughter. So it's like a, you know, it's all like a fucking coin toss. It's all up in the air. I always say that shit. It's always the tossing of the coin where it's like up in the air, and it's like, okay, are we gonna wrap up the story or not? And it's like, who the hell knows? So it's all over the place. How about the car? No shit. No shit. You are not you. You are me. No shit.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
I told you not to kill any of them. How much clearer do you need me to be?
Yes, he is. Have you ever read the books or the comics? Don't get me started on that shit, Mike. You don't even know what you're talking about. Conan is a thief. He's a thief. He's a pirate. He's a fucking barbarian. He's a conqueror. He's a...
If you want to make some serious coin in this,
he's a king. He's a whole bunch of different things.
No. On to other.
He has a whole bunch of different... He's an assassin. He has all different kinds of careers throughout his life. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like, as a Fallout fan, I would even go as far as to say, like, I'm not like hardcore in it like a lot of people are. Not yet. Not yet. Nah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, because like I said, when I get into shit, I can really get into it. I can really dive deep into lore and study things, and like, when I get into shit, I can really get it. When it's shit that I like, I can really, really, really consume that shit. I can eat that shit up. It becomes like my religion. So, but I would say, I would go as far as to say I'm like kind of a casual. I play Fallout 3, I play Fallout New Vegas, 76. Like, you know,
Now, if there are no more questions,
I do want to go back and play the first 2 games for PC. And, I do want to replay 3, and I do want to replay New Vegas, but I kind of want to replay all of them on PC. I kind of want to skip Fallout 4 because it just looks like shit. So, probably do that eventually. Someday on the channel at some point we'll do that. But, we'll do the original Fallouts, and then we'll probably stop after New Vegas. We'll just stop there. I'm not even going to continue. I'm not even going to do Fallout 4 or anything like that. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'd call myself a casual fan. I would say I'm like kind of like, I'm past casual fan. I am a fan, but this shit hasn't become my religion yet. I'm kind of like immersed with early Bethesda games, you know, stuff before Todd Howard flushed it down the toilet, and basically when they were just doing shit with other studios and stuff, that's when they were actually good.
keep following. It isn't far.
Okay, well, you need to keep walking. I'm not gonna fucking just sit here and wait for your ass. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, stop turning around. Go talk to the guy. Like, he keeps turning around and shit, like I'm supposed to. So, yeah, I just... At this point, the show, I mean, I just watch the show to watch it. It's something to watch. It's better than the fucking Mandalorian and shit like that. It's better than these Disney Plus Star Wars shows. But for a lot of the Fallout fans that are hardcore Fallout fans, for them it's just... It's exactly that. It's the exact... it's the exact same thing with me, where I'm like, these Disney Plus Star Wars shows are shit. And they're not Star Wars. That's what Fallout fans think of the Fallout show. So it's, you kind of have like this, just seems like people can't be happy. Yeah, I mean, like, nothing's ever good enough, but at the same time, I don't blame them. You know what I mean? I don't blame people. People are pissed because you're fucking with shit that they like. You're fucking with shit they care about. You're messing with, like, existing lore. You're tampering with shit to the point where it's like, what are we doing? You know, are you telling a story here, and are you expanding upon the universe and, you know, clarifying what's already established, or are you just shitting on all of that and doing your own thing and going, no, we're gonna do this. Now we're gonna make it about interbreeding fucking vault dwellers, or we're gonna just do this, or, you know, it's like, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? There's an established lore, there's an established universe, there's a whole thing here. What are you doing? You know, are you gonna fucking are you gonna pay homage to that? Are you gonna expand upon it, or are you just gonna, nah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna just do our own thing in this universe. Okay. Well, see how far that gets you. Because you've got people who are a fan of these games, they're not even buying the games anymore. I was watching one guy yesterday. He's like, I love these games. I love Fallout. And I love what the games used to be, but I will no longer buy any more Bethesda games. I will no longer buy any more of their stuff. I'm not going to buy Elder Scrolls 6. I'm not going to buy Starfield. I'm not going to buy Fallout 5. I'm not going to buy any of their future games because I don't want them to have the rights. And this guy's doing the exact same shit that I'm trying to do with Star Wars. I'm not buying any of their toys. I'm not buying any of their modern books. I'm not buying any of their modern comics. I'm not buying any of their games. I'm not buying any of their... I'm not paying for the subscription for Disney Plus to watch all their modern bullshit. I don't care. I do not want them to tell the stories that they are trying to tell, because they are telling stories that I don't want. The reason why The Acolyte got canceled was because people were like, oh god, they got Plagueis. Oh boy, here we go. You're messing with some murky waters here. You're screwing with a lot of people's favorite characters here now. This is established lore you're dealing with here. What are you gonna do? You gonna make him gay? Oh, they made him a peeping Tom. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Stop you from getting the job done. Kill him. The guild has
You know, it's one of those things. Oh, we got Thrawn. Oh boy, but he's not the same Thrawn from the books. He's not the same Thrawn from the Thrawn trilogy from the 90s. No, he's completely different. He's soft. And he looks like blue Elon Musk, and he's, you know, whatever. You know, he's a pussy. He's a cuck. So, you know, you got all these things that they're like, yeah, we're doing this. Oh boy. You know, so I get it. I get it. I get it. I understand it. And if I don't want to see those characters continue to get shit on and butchered, and because I don't know if anybody knows this, but Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie that he's supposedly adapting the book, supposedly. Is it going to be page to screen? Probably not, because it's going to have Ahsoka and Sabine and Hera and Ezra and all his little fucking woke Disney characters, and you know, it's going to have all that shit, and it's going to be the Ahsoka cinematic universe. But you know, supposedly his movie got put on hold. I wonder why. Because why? Because probably Disney don't have the funding for it. And they're probably like, I don't know. Yeah, what the hell? It was a glitch. That's a glitch.
Just works.
It just works. Yep, that's a glitch. Okay. Okay.
Come here a second.
Okay.
Todd is a good game designer.
That's great game design. Thank you for that, Todd. But, you know, why did Dave Filoni's movie get on hold? I don't know. Maybe because Disney don't have the funds to fund it. Maybe these studios are running out of money to produce these shows and bring them to reality. Maybe Disney's fucking going bankrupt. Maybe they're like, yo, maybe behind the scenes they're like, yo, Star Wars ain't profitable anymore. They're like, if your Darth Maul show doesn't do good, man, I don't know, it's not looking good. If Star Wars Starfighter doesn't do good, I don't know, it's not looking good for you.
Now it's time to get your feet wet.
It's not looking good. But you know, they're banking on this younger generation, my generation. We stopped caring. We don't give a shit anymore. Star Wars ended with Revenge of the Sith. It died when it got sold. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and don't even get me started on Gen Alpha. These people want to claim that there's these sequel trilogy fans, that there were a whole bunch of kids Gen Alpha grew up with the sequels. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. None of them went to go see any of those movies. Those kids don't even know what the fuck Star Wars is. They don't even care. They don't know who the fuck Finn is. They don't know who Rey is. Fucking Poe. Whatever those characters would call it. Poe sounds like a fucking Teletubby. Like, nobody from these younger generations that are being born, my kids aren't gonna give a shit. They're not gonna care. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck. They're not gonna give a fuck. You know what I mean? Unless I expose them to the original 6, they're not gonna care. They're not gonna give a shit. There's not gonna be no trilogy coming out. Don't do that. There's not gonna be no trilogy coming out that is gonna be in the movie theaters when they're little, that I'm gonna go take them to see, that's gonna make them love Star Wars. The same thing with Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha did not go to see the sequels. You know, I don't even think they were fucking born yet.
We did.
So, it is what it is, man. My generation stopped giving a shit because we don't want Disney to have the rights anymore. We want it to be bellied up, and we want it to go to somebody. Hell, I just want it to go back to George, so George could just fucking decanonize everything and just lock it in a vault and say, I did the original 6, and that's all that's canon. You know? Fuck Dave Filoni's Clone Wars, he can suck my cock. The only thing that's canon is the Gendy series and my movies. That's it. Thank you. You know? Mike, what are you doing, man?
What's if it gets to a point where, like, Star Wars is, like, $2? Like,
it will. It will. It'll get to a point where it's non-profitable. They can't make shows because they can't fund them. They're just pissing money away on them. It's going to get to the point. That's where it's gonna go.
Star Wars is worth like $2.
It'll be worth nothing, and then same thing with Marvel. Marvel was this comics company that Stan Lee turned into an icon, and that'll get turned into shit because of the MCU. Because these comic book companies, DC and Marvel, they don't sell comics anymore. They're not known for bringing in shitloads of cash when it comes to selling comics. Nobody buys comics anymore. You can read everything digitally. Nobody even fucking reads modern shit. Nobody's reading modern comics because it's all writers who want to bitch about who their president is, or they want to, you know, I need to fucking force an agenda down your throat instead of writing cool characters and writing cool stories. You know, Batman hasn't been great since 2012, 2011. Actually, 2011, since The Court of the Owls, because Scott Snyder wrote it. And what is Scott Snyder doing now? Fucking retired.
92.
He retired.
Actually, 92.
He doesn't write anymore.
That's when people started to leave.
So,
The best of
Actually,
everything now.
1992.
The Ratway was a damned
you know, and they're trying to pull these older writers, these veteran writers, they're trying to pull them out of retirement. Write stories for us, write stories for us. Jim, you know, Jim Lee wants you to write a story. Jim Lee can go fuck himself. Jim Lee even said that manga is more popular than comics because manga gives fans what fans want to see, whereas comics do not. And he said that there are different genres that can be told with manga, with anime. That anime can be adapted and manga can adapt. There are different genres and there are. You've got pirate manga, you've got, which is One Piece, you've got ninja manga, which is Naruto, and these are just the shonens. You've got, you know, you've got all kinds of shit. You've got fantasy mangas like Full Metal Alchemist. You've got all kinds of different things that all these genres that shill jobs is hilarious.
Break into a house, grab a specific item, and get out before they realize.
But yeah, you've got all these genres where it's like comics is just superheroes. There's no Western comics anymore. There's no pirate comics. There is no more shit like Conan anymore. Every time Marvel gets the rights, they can't keep the rights for some reason. They keep having to sell the rights.
He just plucked you off the street and dropped you into the thick of things without telling you which
So,
way was up. Am I right?
is what it is. Starting all these quests again. But I don't know. It's just to the point where like people are like so pissed off that they're like, I don't even want to see this be adapted, and I don't care for it to be adapted. I'm gonna prevent you from even adapting it. Whether it's Star Wars or you get certain rights. Where I was talking about last stream, I said I don't care for Arnold's Conan. I like his Conan. The first movie of Conan not been successful, I don't know where the character would be at. Well, the character's nowhere right now, but you know, it wouldn't have exposed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it wouldn't have exposed my dad's generation and then me and stuff like that. So I do think that the first Conan movie is a masterpiece. I just do not think Arnold's Conan is Conan. He's not the same Conan from the books. It's just Arnold playing barbarian. That's it. I don't hate Arnold. You know, I don't hate his Conan. It's just the director of that movie was like, he saw a painting of Conan and was like, Arnold, just be that. Not, hey, you know, that's a whole character, right? There's a whole character right there. He's not just the way he looks. It's not just the muscles. It's there's a guy there. You know, there's an intellectual human being, not just a fucking savage barbarian. So that was my whole thing. It was like they didn't really delve into, whereas like I think if Arnold acted in a movie as Conan now where he plays like an older King Conan, you know, it could work, but studios don't want that. He's trying to get it made. It ain't gonna happen. That nobody wants it. So I'm not saying that I don't want it. Yeah, I'd love to see it, because they teased it in the first movie where he's old, he has a beard, and he's sitting on his throne, and he's, that's a tale for another time. Like, they were teasing sequels before that was even a thing. But, like, yeah, I'd love to see that come to reality, so he could wrap up his Conan and bring justice to his Conan and do it right. Because the second movie was fucking shit. But, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, I'd love to see it come full circle and have him... Because now he's older, he's getting closer to... You know, he's like 70, 80 something now. So it's like... Might want to do it before he's not around anymore so he can wrap up his character. Or are you just going to do it so you can shit all over him, talk down to him? You know, that's the thing, too, is like... People are like, you know... Do I even want it to become a reality? Because
Suppose I can work with your faith. After all, the sculptor cannot always choose the finest way.
there's a good chance they're just gonna shit all over it.
All right then.
So you're the new recruit, huh? Well, looks like you and I are gonna have to get very well acquainted. I'm the fence down here. You come by anything
So,
you don't exactly
I don't know.
own, and I'll pay you some coin for it. Minus a little slice for the guild, of course.
I want to see the end of his Conan, but at the same time, I also want to see a new young guy play Conan who's more like the Conan from the books and the comics and things like that, where he's intelligent, he's smart, and he has all these different occupations and things like that. But at the same time, I do also want to see Arnold's Conan get a King Conan. I want both. I want both. I want Arnold's to get wrapped up, and I want a new guy to play the younger version of him where he's doing other shit from his younger career. So, shit like that. But, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just... Fans have gotten to the point where they saw the Momoa movie and they're like, I'm good. Give the rights back to the fucking person who owns it, and if they do nothing with it, that'll be that. You know? A lot of people are to the point with that shit where they're like, I don't even want to see certain things, I don't even want you to touch certain things, and, you know, it is what it is. That's what happened with the Lord of the Rings, where they gave the rights to Amazon to do the Rings of Power, and then they completely shit all over that. And then, same thing with The Witcher. They gave the rights to Netflix, and then the author for the books is like, they don't even come to me, they don't even talk to me, they don't even care. Like, they're gonna do whatever they want, you know what I mean? So what's it matter? What am I gonna do about it, you know what I mean? So all I can do is wait for them to get canceled and then give the rights back. So that's where it's at, pretty much. Like, I mean, it's pretty much where they're at. It's like people are pretty much to the point where they're like, we're good. You can give the rights back. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Some things you just won't see.
Yeah, some things, like Mike said, you're just never probably gonna see, because, like, you get, like, the people where they get the rights, where Disney got the rights to John Carter. The movie was a bomb. The family of the author were like, we're gonna just take the rights back. We're good. Maybe we'll take it to HBO or Netflix if they don't fuck it up. But they haven't done anything with it because they're like, we don't want anybody to fuck it up. Because Barsoom, that book series, the John Carter Mars trilogy, there's like 7 books. That's Game of Thrones in space. That shit inspired George Lucas to make Star Wars. Like, that was one of the inspirations of Star Wars. George read the Barsoom series, and it inspired him to make Star Wars. So, You know, I mean, you've got like a studio. If they get it right, they're sitting on their next major IP. But the author's family is like, nah, we're good, man. We're just gonna keep the rights and we're gonna shop around. If we even decide to do it live action, we may just not. You know what I mean? Like, just may not. Because they have a feeling that if it gets adapted, it may not be adapted right. And that's that. So, is what it is. It's where people are at now, man. I mean, it's. I don't blame them, to be honest. Really don't. I mean, if I wrote like novels, or if I wrote like a novel series or whatever, I would wait. You know what I mean? Because then you get like these guys like George R. R. Martin, where like they just want to be a Hollywood producer when they originally started as a writer, and then they become like this Hollywood producer type figure, and then they're producing all these stupid ass shows and shit, and then they don't even finish the novels. Where like people are like, hey, you gonna finish the last book? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. I just want to play Hollywood producer. Okay, well, your fans are dropping off. They're falling off. They're not caring anymore because like the last book isn't finished. Story hasn't been wrapped up. You know, what you're known for doing, you don't even do anymore. So it's like people are like, what do we, you know, why we stick around?
Well, you could always speak to Delvin or Vex if you're looking for extra work. Or
that's
if you're
what it
looking for
is.
training, we've got plenty of it down here. Delvin, Vex, Nirwin, and
People are to the point where they're just done caring. They're gonna stop supporting, because if you're not doing what you need to do to entertain, you know, and that was a thing that was created a long time ago, back in like the 1920s, where like Hollywood was created as this, you can keep your studios open and you can keep your this and that in your business as long as you entertain and put out good quality content for the average American. Well, that's not being done anymore. That's not being done anymore. So now you've got these all these things going on where people are like, you know, I don't care if it happens or not. To be honest, I don't care if they get I don't care if they continue to have the rights and this and that, and I can give two shits.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
How about I pay you off? How about that?
I can make all your problems with the gods go away, but it'll cost you. What do you say? Done. Now, move along, before you get me in trouble.
Alright, cool, thanks. Thanks, bro. Bro, I'm one of them. Move along. But I mean, yeah, it's where people are at. Like, people are just checked out. Stopped caring. Fans don't care. They don't even participate anymore because they don't want shit to be, They don't want it to be ruined, you know. They don't want people to ruin it for them. So, and I don't blame them, really, to be honest. I don't blame them. Like, fans of certain franchises and whatnot are to the point where they're like checked out, and like the only way for them to stop getting this shit forced down their throat is for them to go, okay, well, I'll just stop giving them my views, giving them my money, stuff like that. I'll just stop supporting them.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little... How dare you?
My Order of the Jarl. Stop right there.
It's alright, bro. I'm with the
I
guild.
can make all your problems with the gods done. Now, move along before you get me in trouble.
Yeah, bro. Peace. Yo, so basically being a part of the Thieves Guild, you win by default. You basically steal the shit and pay off the guards and you're good, so. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, it is what it is. I mean, people need to realize that, like, these studios and these companies, they're gonna continue to do what they can with this stuff as long as they have the rights, as long as they are in charge of it, they're gonna continue to do what they want. So as long as Bethesda continues to have the rights to Fallout, yeah, they're gonna make this show that is gonna make a lot of people and a lot of fans upset. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing you can really do about it. I mean, it is, like I said, that's pretty much where it's at.
Got lots of jobs available. Interested?
Steal anything? Amazing what people leave laying around for
So.
us to take, isn't it? Hey, where do you think you're going? We have work to do.
Where the hell is the one lady? Ah, here she is.
Welcome to the cozy. If you're looking, take a look.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much more I can talk about it. I could talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, nothing changes until something changes, so. I mean, you basically need like a whole corporate collapse in order for things to get better. Like, and that's how it's always been throughout history, is there's always needed to be these falls of certain things need to fall before they can rise back up and be rebuilt. Certain empires need to fall, certain regimes, and Hollywood is one of them. You know, Hollywood is one of those things. Hollywood is a poison to certain franchises and whatnot. So, I mean, that's why it is what it is. Only way for it to fall is for people to stop participating and stop giving them their money and things like that. So, everything would be good. Or will be, I don't know. We'll see. Depends. It depends. So.
Until next time.
Cover the stones. Let's go here. I guess we'll go to this one.
All eyes are on you, lad. Don't
Go to the Golden Glow Estate, lad. But I don't know. I mean, I've tried for years and years and years. I've tried to give these studios, these companies, these hell. If you go way back on his channel, I don't have any of the videos anymore. I deleted all of them because they were all cringe as shit. But I used to like try to like protect these people. I used to home. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it, guys. But yeah, over the years I've become more jaded and cynic and stuff, so but that's gonna do it. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay sane. Peace out, take it easy, have a good one. Love you guys. Peace.